Denise Stegall is the president and curator of livinghealthylist.com, and she serves her clients as the happy living coach. Denise, we met online via LinkedIn, via a mutual friend of ours. And it's so great to catch up with you. You had a couple of suggestions for things we were talking about, and I like going down this path because typically I'm talking to big brained management PhD people about, you know, Jung's theory of leadership in the unconscious, and that's fine. And I'm a big Jung fan, but don't get me wrong. What you brought up was this whole idea of fighting brain fog, or keeping focus, and also how to avoid procrastination. I feel so many of us are in this working from home epoch. It's what, 6 months now, whatever, it's been like forever, where we're hopefully developing good habits, or we're kind of we're stress testing new ones to see what works and what doesn't work. But I think all too often a lot of us fall back into, I'm not saying me, but I'm saying a lot of us fall back into kind of either bad, poor habits that really kind of test our capabilities throughout what should be a work day, or at least a productive day. Let's say that. So, what's your advice for fighting brain fog and trying to deal with procrastination?
Well, thank you for having me. This is a fun topic for me because so much of what I do with my clients and on Living Healthy List is to help people get their kind of upgrade their life. And so right now, we keep saying right now, but it really has been since March that we've been working from home. Kids are doing school from home, and our routines are completely a mess. And I think what we're really struggling with when it comes to brain fog, procrastination, and really getting back on track. Number one, creating a schedule is essential. Work schedule, food schedule, when are you eating? Everything I talk about really comes back to this one main topic: eat real food. I know we're all we're kind of out of our element because we are used to, going to work, going to the supermarket maybe more than once a week or 2 weeks. And a lot of people are just kind of living their life in, oh, this is just temporary. This is just temporary. And we've fallen into eating comfort foods and a lot of takeout and things that we wouldn't normally, if we were living a normal life, that we wouldn't be doing. The problem with not eating real food, and by that I mean fruits, veggies, whole grains, legumes, lean meats, is that actually causes brain fog. If you're not giving your body the nutrition it needs, and especially for your brain to function properly, for you to be able to make quick decisions and to make good decisions, that's when I think we fall into that brain fog. So eat real food to me is number one. The schedule is number two. We need to get back on track. If you eat breakfast and then you have lunch at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, your whole body is just going crazy. You're deprived, you're not thinking straight, which kind of goes back into that brain fog. So I think these two things go in hand in hand.
That's cool. Thank you so much. I'm also curious, what's your opinion on, a lot of old school, gruffy guys like myself would approach this and say, well, Denise, how much of this is physical and how much of it is mental? You know what I mean? How much of it is really, I try to keep myself in shape and I walk the dog and I eat my blueberries and I do, but how much of this is, discipline, and how much of this is, maybe it's whatever, mindfulness exercise, whatever. It's not the food or the physical part, it's the mental part.
I honestly think it's about 50-50. They really go hand in hand. So yes, if you're having your blueberries and you're walking your dog, you're getting out into nature, but your schedule still is kind of messed up. You're kind of doing things willy-nilly. You've taken yourself out of a regular routine, that affects you physically, but it really affects you mentally. So I know a lot of people are sleeping in because they don't have to be at work at 8 o'clock. And if they're on a 9 o'clock Zoom, they look good from here to here, but the rest of them, they're still walking around in their
Yeah.
pajamas. So to me, even though that's the physical thing, we physically haven't, gotten dressed properly, kind of ready for the day, but that absolutely affects you mentally. If you're not 100% prepared for a meeting, for your day, you're kind of walking into it, kind of, pardon the French, you're kind of half-assing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's really where the mental piece comes in. If
Hmm.
you're not physically ready, and again, making sure you're having, good breakfast,
Hmm.
filling yourself up with good nutrition, absolutely essential. But if you're not taking that next step
Hmm.
and actually getting in the shower, brushing your hair, and putting on real clothes,
Hmm.
not just sweatpants all the time, because I read an article in The Economist the other day, and it actually was the picture was, it said sweatpants forever. And I thought, no, no sweatpants forever. Please, everybody, get dressed.
I know.
And
Come on.
really,
Come on.
it really will affect your positive mindset. If just getting dressed brings you to that next level,
Sure.
do it.
It's one of the most popular videos I think on YouTube for a while was the one of that I think it was Air Force or Naval Commandant or whatever senior level guy, and his advice to like this graduating class was every morning when you wake up, make your bed. You know what I mean? Then you'll have one thing that you accomplished, and that leads into more. It was kind of sly, but it was that's a good way to think about it.
That actually has seeped its way into coaching,
Hmm.
counseling, so many different things. Because as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, yep, I tell people
Yeah.
that every day. And the mornings that I don't make my bed
Yeah.
right away, it affects me kind
Right.
of physically because I kind of cringe, but it affects me mentally because I
Right.
think, oh gosh, what
Right.
have I done today? I'm behind schedule,
It's
whatever
it,
that.
it's so cool. It's like symbolic, but we're ritualistic beings, and we kind of need that. Hey, final question. It's a question I ask everybody, Denise, which is, what lessons have we learned in this moment of high flux, whether it's COVID or work from home or crazy economy, civil unrest, whatever. What lessons have we learned that we must not forget?
I think it's important to understand that there is uncertainty all the time. Obviously, right now, there are a lot of things that we're focused on being that's uncertain. But when you really think about it, we don't really know what our future ever is. And so I think it's important to be mindful of that right now everybody's so focused on, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. But we never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So truly, it's about living in the moment, being present, doing the things that you want to do with the people that you want to do them, proper distancing, of course, but really taking the time to be present with those people
Hmm.
and not be so worried about the future and what could be, what could happen. A lot of things could happen. A lot of good things could
I
happen.
know, right?
But exactly, so many good things could happen. We're a bit kind of stuck in the doom and gloom.
Sure.
But right in front of you, look at all of the positive, wonderful things that you might have in front of you. Maybe it doesn't look the way you want it to look, but there are there are always things to be mindful of, be present of, and to be thankful for.
Denise, thank you so much for your time. I know I feel better, and I hope the people watching also feel better. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dave.